Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. We're back, and we're back to talk about the return of the Kardashians. I don't like making my complaints, but if you're following the show, which I hope you are following with us, I hope that I don't want to come off like I'm looking for fault, but I'm not. I just feel like the first episode, it was so old. It was like I knew everything.
7 months old to be exact.
We already knew about, what's her name?
Courtney's baby.
We already knew about Kim and what's the lady name?
Anna
Wintour, how she sat there. We already know that Kim and Anna Wintour are not friends anymore, and that Kim has been sued or something for stealing. We already know that Courtney had a baby. Her baby is 7 months old. It's old. We already seen the baby shower.
Yes.
So now I don't want to see something that happened last year. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me. I find it crazy. Now maybe they're going to start up from here, but to me, why are you sharing something that we already know? Mm-hmm. We already know. It's like you should have came in with the downfall of Anna Wintour.
Okay.
You know, mm-hmm. You should have came in with dealing with the rumors of Courtney's marriage. Mm-hmm. Instead of I literally found it boring. I am watching it because I know that they're going to come up with something. They talked about all of them. And one of the things that we seen Kylie, she was really upset over the fact that they were talking about her looks. Yes. And she broke down with her sister. Yes. And I always thought that Kendall didn't have work done, but I realized she had. And as far as Kim, I'm sorry. When she was sitting on the plane, half of her hair was thinned out her head. I'm a hairstylist, guys. Come on. Yes. And I seen it, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. And then her lips was just, they just seemed too big for her face. That's just me. And she's aging. And I guess sometimes you gotta make your face match. Okay. But I think she's still wearing that same look, that it's the same lipstick.
Yeah, please get a new color.
Get a new color, absolutely.
But one thing that is for sure with Kim is we are, as you said, this is so old that we already see how damaged her hair is.
It's really damaged.
And we're seeing 7 months ago how it was starting to already show.
Right.
And she didn't do anything about it.
Well, what can she do but time?
Maybe, I don't know, stop dyeing your hair.
Yeah, she would have to stop dyeing it and all that, but
yeah,
she would.
Another thing that we had a pet peeve with, Chloe just needs to stop playing games with us.
You think?
Yes, to stop playing games with her heart. Because she was just like, I'm trying not to give him any hope that there's going to be an us in the future. So she hugs him like this and it's like, okay, enough hugging. And then he like goes up behind her. She's like, oh, get away from me. Girl, come on. We see your dynamic.
So you think that they're doing something on the side? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they are or if they are not. I just know at this point, we already know that he's going to, what place is
Cleveland.
But we already know he got fired.
Yes.
Because this is what I'm saying. This is old. We already know. It's like I'm looking at something, but I already know the end. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, he got fired for steroids. So they could have picked that back up dealing with that.
Yeah, for real.
Like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, it's like you're going to show me Courtney's baby, but her baby is 7 months old? That's ridiculous. Yeah. You're going to show me Kim sitting next to Anna Wintour as her sister Kylie walks down the aisle, which they didn't recognize her. She did look good, but because she had on glasses. But You're going to do all that, but we already know that Anna Wintour don't like you no more.
Mhm.
You has been banned. So this is crazy to me.
It
And
is.
if this is what the show is going to be about, this is whack. For real. It's looking at the babies, I've already seen. Didn't they show that last season?
I thought they showed that last season.
I
but
already
definitely
seen it.
remember seeing
I already
pictures.
seen the Mickey Mouse and the
Mhm.
Disney and,
Yes.
and the pretzels. And I'm like, what are they doing?
Right. The
You
only
know
thing
what?
I didn't know is that she had COVID at the time when she had that baby shower. That was news to me.
Yeah, but what they should have done, they should have came on with some real talk about what happened when Kim called Diddy. Coming on today's stuff.
Mhm.
This here stuff is so old, and you're trying to feed us graham crackers and cookies. And I haven't had graham crackers since I was in the kindergarten in the first grade. So it's like you're trying to feed us graham crackers and milk. And I'm like, wait a minute, give us meat.
Yeah, for real.
Give us what's going on today.
And Courtney's still carrying the show with her storyline about her baby and her pregnancy.
And Courtney wanted to be intimate with her husband, and so she was, and he got COVID. She needed 6 hours, she said.
Yeah, 6 hours she did.
And she said it to her mother, I need sex.
She did.
6 hours, and he caught what she had COVID. So
All in the name of love.
All in the name of love. But right now, I've heard that they had problems. However, if that's true or not, I don't know, because they filming something back from 2023 that the baby is now probably walking around crawling.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
So,
because last year they picked up 3 months after one season end, so they could show us that they can clearly record and post. So I don't know why we're having this 7 month delay of finding even more than
not finding out, because we already know all of this,
right?
So it's like you're showing us what
your story about how you guys want us to stop judging you guys trying to like show your lives and be like, look, we have it hard too. I don't want to hear your sob story to get us to like you again.
That's what they were saying.
Yes, because that's going to be the theme. Kylie and Kendall are going to be crying about how people are judging them. Kim is sitting here like everybody is saying, why don't I slow down and she's just like, let me just do me. They talk about apparently Kris Jenner is going to find some type of thing. And
she got a tumor or a cyst.
Right. Which harpers back to a tarot reading you did. So I'm still keeping eyes on Kris, even though the sister had died. I still don't think that death or scare energy is gone just yet, at least in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Everything's allegedly.
And you got to understand, Kris is always going to make things melodramatic because it's for the show. I'm not saying that she doesn't have a cyst, and I'm not saying that it's a tumor. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, is it malignant or benign? We don't know. Mm-hmm. And I really don't care. That's her personal business, but anything for ratings.
Yes.
I just feel as though if they really wanted to do it, they should have came in on fire dealing with these allegations. Yes. That's what have made it good.
That's what we care
That's
about.
what I didn't want to see something about a woman that had a baby 7 months ago, yes, and you're going to show me the baby shower when we already seen it. I don't want to hear about Anna Wintour and at the show when we already seen it over and over on YouTube, and they are no longer partners or friends. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to hear Kim telling us that, she's just going to keep on working and working. And even though she said she was going to take the time off, she's not. Kim don't have time for her kids.
No, even though that's the most important thing to her.
That's the most important thing to Kim is working and stand on those papers. Mm-hmm. Look, all I'm saying, her lips look too big. I don't like the color on her no more. Her lips, I just don't know. She just look older to me. But if you like it, then love it. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I really don't have much to say about this show.
I would like to mention how hopefully we get a nice, gender dynamic between Kylie and Kendall, because, I'm not sure if this is just their gig of trying to like pretend that they're like besties every season, but at least right now, it just seems a little bit authentic that they're trying to connect.
Because she said, because one of them, they're like apples and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even agree, but they love each other, but they don't agree. I don't know. Scott was in it. I'm always glad to see Scott, but he looking like death warmed over.
And back to Chloe real quick, because I had a real pet peeve of Chloe this episode. Okay. And my thing is even though I know this was basically a year ago, why is it that Omari, who is Tristan's legal guardian, is going to be...
Christian is the legal guardian of Omari, his brother.
Right, yes.
Mm-hmm. The special needs.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so when him and Chloe were talking, Chloe was like, I think it's best for him to stay here with me while you're in Cleveland because all his doctors are here.
Okay.
I get the sentiment, but I'm just like...
But what did he say to that?
He said, okay.
Of course he would.
Right. I'm just... that's another thing I'm looking at. I'm just like, Chloe, why are you taking on this?
Well, Chloe gave a story about her mother. She's being responsible and driving when she was 14, and she had to pick her mother up because her mother got inebriated. Yeah. And she gives this horrific story, and she's just a caregiver. I like Chloe, so I'm always, if I make a complaint about Chloe, I'm making it because it needs to be made. But other than that, I really like Chloe. I really, really do. I have a soft spot for Kendall. I mean, not Kendall, Kylie.
Okay.
I really do. And Kendall, I have an issue with Kendall because I've seen Kendall being a mean girl. And if you have to say, I'm not a mean girl, then you're a mean girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you don't even know that you are. And I like Kendall, but she's going to have to do a little bit more to really make me. I don't know her. She doesn't make herself available to be known as Kylie does.
That is true.
So.
And the things we do get to see of Kendall and the company she keeps around her.
And it's always a very little. Kylie is out there with her business. Mm-hmm. Like when she was crying, it's just but Kendall said that she talks about the same thing, her anxiety, her horse.
And modeling.
And modeling. And that's okay. That's okay. I get it. And her boyfriend. I get it. That's okay. But for me to like her, I'm going to need a little bit more from her.
Yeah.
As far as me really understanding Kim, I really got to get over the distortion of Kim's face. It is not normal that her lip is almost touching her looks. It appears to be touching, not her nose, but I guess my pet peeve with Kim is she's just not authentic.
No.
That's just for me. She says she's authentic, but she's not authentic. She's just not. Mm-hmm. Kim is about that work. Let's be honest. Yes. It's about the money.
It is.
It's about the money.
I don't even think it's about the money. I really just think it's for her ego.
It is. But she ain't going to do it for free.
Yeah, you're right.
So, and how she was going on, how she had to travel all these different places and then pick her children up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Jesus.
And don't forget, she's still in law school, guys.
And pretty much you all mind your business because this is who I am and I'm going to be me. And I'm glad they took a break. I am. Yeah. But I really thought they were going to come back with something really heavy. So let's just see if this is what they're going to do.
Yes, because don't forget, we got a snippet of how they're going to be watching the first episode of American Horror Story Delicate Part 1, which aired in September. Last year.
I got into the first one. Well, I didn't get into it But then after it was like 5 or 6 episodes, and then we had to wait. I lost interest. I was no longer interested. They should have never did that.
No, they shouldn't have.
But they did that around Kim. They did that around Kim. I never followed through. It just was too wintry, too heavy, too dark. And now when I see Kim with that same color lipstick, I'm like, oh, you just look bland, bleak, pasty. It doesn't look good. No, in my opinion. So what else?
That was really much it, because other than that, it was kind of the only real thing I could touch on a little bit more is talking about how Courtney was talking about how she had this emergency fetal.
But we already know all about it. We heard all about it. We was at the hospital. It just...
And how she can't, how she's pretty much bedridden because...
But this is so old because she done had a baby. So I can't even talk about that. What was? You survived it?
Yes, you did.
Your baby is 100. Baby Rocky.
Doctor.
You had a great doctor. Rocky is thriving. He's 7 months old. I don't want to go back and live your pregnancy. It ain't nothing in that for me. I'm sorry. That's a dead subject. I'm sorry. I've seen it.
Yeah, we have.
I've seen it all. So we know it all. Let me see baby Rocky.
Right.
Let me see baby Rocky running around or something. I'm not running, but calling a goo 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 ga ga da. Let me see something. But this here, no, this ain't cutting
it. It really feels like we're getting the behind the scenes of what we saw in real life. They were just like, this is what the media was telling you, but here's what was going on behind what the media was
saying. Too much, too little, too late. I have no interest. So either they have to step it up. I'm going to give them about another 2 episodes. But if it's going to be that, I will definitely drop this show.
It probably will be, because I'm even surprised. There's so much not to talk about this episode.
No, it's so much they could have talked about.
Right. But because they didn't, all I can really talk about is little snippets that we saw coming forth. Gary from the Golden Bachelor was there. I'm trying to figure out
who has a very bad reputation apparently with women.
He does. I'm trying to figure out, why is he there? Was this
because I think they said that Kendall loved him.
Oh, okay.
Kendall or Collie, but I think it was Kendall.
Got you. The money that can get you just to fly in the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah. So
wild. That's pretty much it that we're gonna get this season.
We eked it all for what it is. We drained it, right?
Yes, we did.
There is nothing.
I mean, if we really want to be petty, I'm trying to figure out with Kim Air, as you saw, while she was sitting on this white chair in the airplane with Corey by Kris Jenner's side. There was like this little yellow. At first, I thought Kim was like sticking gum inside the headrest, because the camera like literally focused right on her while she was doing it, and as soon as she was done, it like panned off of her. So they wanted us to see what she was doing,
right?
And I'm trying to figure out. It wasn't gum. It was some logo that was attached to the seat that she was on. So she like either it must have fell off, or she must have like picked it off and then went to go hide it.
She folded it up and she stuffed it back, and it's not a big thing to me, but the cameras wanted you to know that there was something there. What it was, we don't know. No. And with that being said, I can't stress this anymore. It was good to see them. Nevertheless, I enjoy seeing them. However, they're going to have to do more. If we got to do, I want to know what's going on today.
Yes.
And they've been out long enough. They could have filmed it, but you're going to go off and tell me this old stuff, which we already know. It was very redundant, and I'm being honest. However, people love the Kardashians. Well, not like they used to, because they really declining.
Yeah.
And if they're going to be doing shows with this, they got to get better. They got to bring it better. I mean, they already looking at American Horror Story. This is off the air. This is stupid to me. I don't get it. And they're not keeping up with the Kardashians. That they just call it Kardashians
Yes.
now
Mhm.
because we've already surpassed you. You're giving us information that's old. You're supposed to be giving us stuff new, hot off the press.
Yeah,
I
right.
want to see how transparent they're going to be.
Yes, this
That's what
season.
I want to see. I want to see what they're going to really say about Anna Wintour, what they're going to say about the Diddy thing. I want to know these things and a lot more. But how is Travis and Courtney's marriage?
Yes.
It's so many questions, and for them to start it off over here, it made no sense to me.
No.
And with that being said, that's all I got to say about the Kardashians. Is there anything you want to say, baby Crone?
Nope. I think we've really talked about everything
We
possibly
squeezed
could.
out. We made it long.
Yes.
This is all I got. And with that being said, sunflower.